Hey, what's going on, guys? Your boy Jermaine Houghton here, and once again, thank you for allowing me to be your Forex mentor. Guaranteed to lead you on the path to success, but you can only go as far as you want to take it, all right? So ultimately, your destiny is in your hands. The more you study, the better you'll get at Forex, the more money you will make, okay? So, students have been doing very, very well, following along with the videos. As long as you keep following up with the videos, you'll keep learning and knowing what this Forex stuff is. If you're brand new and you have never traded before, I suggest you keep on watching these videos until you get the concept. And you can take it one step at a time and learn one concept at a time. Forex is not going anywhere. It is a $4 trillion animal. It is going to be hard to push that outside of the room. So you don't have to feel a sense of urgency. Just learn at your own pace, because once you have this, it's a skill for a lifetime. Okay, in our previous video, we did go through some stuff about opening an account. Couldn't get MT4 to load on my Mac yet. So I'll probably just wait till I get my screen recorder on my PC back up, and I'll make a video showing you guys exactly how to work the whole platform and everything. If you guys want to be proactive, you can go to YouTube and find some videos on how to do stuff in MT4, how to place an order, how to place a buy order, how to place a stop order, how to place a sell order. Like I said, this only goes as far as you take it. Plenty of you, if you already got accounts open, when we do our one-on-one, I will definitely show you how to work the MT4 platform then. But until then, we're going to keep on just practicing our strategy and being consistent. So for this video is for newer traders. If you're already a seasoned trader, no need to watch this video. This is for somebody who really doesn't understand a lot of the concepts behind trading and behind the candlesticks. So what I'm going to explain today is candlesticks and trend. All right. So in the last video, we talked about how these pairs are basically one pair against another pair. Right. So we have the Aussie JPY. So this is the Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen. And remember, like I said, it's always going to be paired up like that in the currency. I like to compare it. The first time I compared it to like two boxers, like Tyson versus Holyfield. Another good example would be like two basketball teams playing each other. So this would be like the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Golden State Warriors. Okay, so this is basically just saying it's always going to be one versus the other. And what the candlesticks represent which team is winning. And like I said, the first one, if this thing is consistently going green, green means AUD is winning. Whichever one in the front, that's the one that's winning when you keep seeing all these green candles. Now, when you see a red candle, you know that, look, JPY is winning now. And it's just like a basketball game. Like when you put it on a 1 hour chart, this is what a 1 hour chart represents. It's saying that each game that they play is going to last 1 hour. Now, in this 1 hour, anything can happen. The score can change. It can go up. It can go down. That's why you have this wick. It represented that at some point in time, Golden State, which is AUD, was winning by a large margin. Then it pushed back down, so Cleveland kind of came back some, and it just left a wick, but it represented the score in that period. But at the end of that period, or the end of that game, in that 1 hour time frame, Golden State, which is the AUD, still won that period. So then we go to the next period, and here you see that AUD, which we call Golden State, at the end of that period, they won. Cleveland never really got any lead because this never really pulled back any, as you can see from the wick. Then the next two periods, Cleveland, they won those periods, but they were really small wins, really small wins. And right back again, Golden State started winning again. Golden State was winning again. Here was a nice period in here. I'll enlarge that so we can see. In this candle right here, we can say, well, that was a good game because Cleveland took it all the way back down here, right? And Golden State took it all the way up here. But at the end, it was really just like a tie in that period, right? The score was tied at the end of that period. But I say that just to explain the candlesticks. That's what it's representing for AUD JPY. And if you look at it now, you can start saying, hey, AUD is really kicking JPY's butt. So when you see a succession of periods where one pair is beating the other like that, where AUD is consistently beating JPY, that's what they call a trend. Okay? So the trend is the direction where of least resistance right now. If I was going to be trying to get in this, I would be trying to get in and say, well, I possibly want to see if I can find a buy because this is trending up. I want to get in on this trend, right? The moving averages are basically, we got those on there. It's a visual representation of who is winning the most in the trend. If you see the yellow is above the green, that means that, hey, this front one is really winning this period, and you really want to stay with it for as long as you can while the yellow is above the green, because AUD is going to still be winning. The trend is your friend. It's kind of like when Golden State, when they won 60 something games. I'm not going to bet that they're going to lose the next couple games because they're on a streak. They're on a trend. I want to keep betting that they're going to keep winning games until they go on a losing streak right here. Well, I want to say, okay, cool. I'm going to bet that this losing streak continues. So that's the anatomy of a trend and how these candlesticks represent that, right? If you had a tough time understanding it, just run it back, right? Maybe watch a couple of videos on YouTube just to understand how the trend works, right? But for the most part, that's what we're looking at. This is just a period where AUD is winning these time periods over and over again. Once again, we had a small time where JPY started winning, but we went right back to AUD winning all those time periods again until they became exhausted, and here comes Cleveland and LeBron James, and they start winning, or JPY is winning these periods back to back. Notice the yellow line crossed underneath the green line and shows you that a representation of, look, this trend has changed and now is moving in the opposite direction, okay? So that's definitely something in the Forex market that you want to be cognizant of, because if you're in a trade already, majority of the times for how we enter the market, we probably would have gotten in down here, and you can see that this whole time there was no reason for me to be scared because the trend is moving in my favor, right? Another concept that I want to explain for all the new guys is that you don't just have to make money on the upwards trend, right? Most people that have never dealt with stocks or Forex or any kind of trading before, they only think you can make money when something is going up. It's either it's going up or I'm out. I'm not doing anything because I'm going to wait for next time when it's going up. Well, no. Just like in a basketball game, you can bet on Golden State, right? A bet for Golden State is just a bet against Cleveland, right? So right here I'm betting with Golden State, I'm betting against Cleveland. I'm betting with Golden State, I'm betting against Cleveland. But somebody else can take the opposite side of the bet, and so can you. Once you see that Golden State is no longer winning, well, look, I'm going to bet on Cleveland. I want to bet on Cleveland. I want to bet on Cleveland. Now, all that is the difference between punching two different buttons, a buy button or a sell button. This means I'm going long, which is the easy thing everybody knows about going long. But there's money to be made by going short also, right? I'm going short. I'm going short. I want to go short AUD JPY, which really means I'm betting against whatever that first one is and with whatever the second one is. Like I said in the beginning, if AUD represents Golden State, here I'm betting with Golden State. But I'm also, because if I'm betting for Golden State to win, I'm betting that Cleveland's going to lose. That's just the way how it works. So here I'm betting with Golden State against Cleveland. Down, I'm betting with Cleveland, and it's a bet against Golden State. Or it's a bet for JPY and a bet against AUD going this way. It's the same thing, right? It works in all financial markets. You can bet against currencies. You can bet against stocks. You can bet against the Dow. You can bet against the S&P. So a lot of times when you hear, oh, the stock market crashed, people are losing money, no, some people are actually making money on that because there's always two sides to every transaction. For every buyer, there has to be a seller. For every seller, there has to be a buyer. It matches up like that. So that's basically going long and going short. Now, for going short, like I said, there's no difference on your trading platform when you start trading. When you go to put an order in, it's going to say, hey, do you want to buy or do you want to sell? Right? Well, in order for me to take a short trade, I just say, hey, I want to sell. You don't need to know more than that. You can look it up on YouTube, look up going long, going short. But for now, just know that if I want to bet against it, all I have to do is press the sell button. And it'll be like, okay, you're entered here. And as the price keeps going down, it means, hey, you're winning that bet. You're winning that bet. All right? So that's going short in a nutshell. Like I said, for somebody new, you'll probably have to look some stuff up on it because it kind of blows your mind at first. Every time I've explained that, and I've explained that for over 6 or 7 years now, I've had to explain it like several different times in several different ways because everybody's only programmed to look one way, right? But if you look at it and rewind the video and look at it in my basketball example, it'll make all the sense in the world, all right? So that, in a nutshell, is going long and going short. And also, we talked about candlesticks, how they form each period, and what is consistent of a trend, all right? So all this stuff you can find, all kinds of useful information on YouTube, right? I just open the door for you. You're the one that has to step through it and find more information if you want to increase your knowledge base. This was just something for basic information for you guys fairly new to Forex and taking my course. Now, once again, thank you for allowing me to be your Forex mentor. This is your boy Jermaine Houghton, and I will run it back next time. Until then, guys, practice, 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 and more practice.